Let's kick off episode number 146. Cue the music. Hey, this is episode number 146 of UFO Buster Radio, and I want to say welcome and thank you for joining me today. It's good old Monday and it's back to work. Even though this week is Thanksgiving week, so eventually some of us, sometime during the week, will have to sit down with the family and have some good old Thanksgiving dinner, or whatever it is you have for this type of celebration. I don't know. Could be ham, could be pizza, who knows. It could be a couple of brewskis, doesn't matter. However you do it, just get to it. So this is going to be a long episode. We have a couple of things to talk about. Number one was that UFO Buster Radio on Friday got attacked. Basically, I don't know if it was a denial of service type of deal or people just fucking around, but they actually knocked the website out for like 5 hours. Needless to say, I was getting messages from people who were trying to go in and actually vote for the 2018 Rubber Dickies, and they were not able to get in thanks to the no goodniks on the internet. Well, guess what, fuckers? It's been up. It's been up since Friday afternoon. So you fuckers who went out there trying to knock us down, you didn't do nothing but sit piss off UFO Buster Radio. So those of you who still want to go in and vote for the Rubber Dickies, yet the survey is still there, pick 2 Rubber Dickers, hit submit, and just let it go. Just let it go. The data was not erased. We are good to go there. All they did was keep people from voting on the Rubber Dickies. And hey, say what you will, but it looks like Ryan Sprague has taken the lead by quite a few votes. So Tom DeLonge, man, there's somebody out there that people dislike more than you. And that's what's happening right now on UFOBusterRadio.com. 2018 Rubber Dickies, get in there and put your vote down, because we want to see who you pick as the 2018 Rubber Dicker of the Year. Now, I got some other business that had to do with some previous conversation we had with To the Stars Academy about them and their $37 million fuck up. So I got a message here on Castbox. Now listen, UFO Buster Radio is on all these different platforms, and I cannot keep track of them. But once in a while, some of these platforms have the insight to let me know that I got a message. So I got a message from someone named Chad Becker. I've received messages from him before. He seems a rather supportive guy. So I don't know if this message is about me or if it's about the news media in general. In which case, I mean, I kind of think of myself as a journalist of ufology, sort of, because I'm not a ufologist. MIB, hint, hint. But here's the message. I'm going to read the message to you. And you guys heard my podcast on that $37 million debt situation and what I said. But I'll repeat it again just so that we have some clarity. But this is what Chad says. This guy has no understanding of mandatory SEC filings for not-for-profit portions of a company with profitable business divisions. Where did he copy that from? Businesses rise and fall every day with far more than $37 million. No fucks given. We know that. There's companies out there with billions in debt that rise and fall. But this fucking company says it's running it. That's being run with barely 6 figures, but they have $37 million in debt. But, no matter. I don't know what I'm talking about. So he says a number that is associated with daily operations of various business entities to the Stars Academy when it has zero in relationship to money invested they way, that is trying to relate it. I don't understand what he's saying. That's the thing. I don't understand if he's talking about me, DeLonge. I don't know who it is. He just doesn't understand that the SEC filing is being completely misused to manipulate how people feel about Tom DeLonge and To the Stars Academy. I'm not a fan myself, but I do know a lot about these filings and reports that are always misused by media and others in attempts to make someone being politically attacked or accused of things they are not so. And here's the thing, I made something very clear in that episode, and I think that Chad might have missed it. I made it very clear that there was a specific note left by To The Stars Academy within that SEC filing. And I think those of you who actually went into the link to look at what I was talking about, because it was an article, and I think it was a Billboard article, but that article actually had the link to the filing. And I pointed out something really important, that even though Tom DeLonge came out and started denouncing what the media was saying, was denouncing what people like Billboard were saying, and mind you, there weren't too many people saying favorable things about that filing, other than a few rubber dickers, and Chad just joined them. But there was a note on there by To The Stars Academy, or whoever filled this out for them, and it was titled Going Concern. There is no way that if you read English on planet Earth, there is no way that you can mistaken this for anything other than what it says. And I'm going to read it again for everyone's benefit, because it turns out that some people, they want to believe in the face of the company rather than what the company is telling you. Forget about who's leading the company. Forget about what their message is. Look at their SEC filing, right? First, you don't have, a few six figures in operating costs, but $37 million. Who the fuck does that? But let's read what the SEC filing says. The accompanying, and I think I read that episode, the accompanying financial statements have been prepared on a going concern basis, which contemplates the realization of assets and the satisfaction of liabilities in the normal course of business. Wouldn't that be operating costs included in that? The company has incurred losses from operations and has an accumulated deficit as of June 30th, 2018 of $37,432,000. These factors raise doubt about the company's ability to continue as a going concern. I don't think that anybody in the media actually had to do any reading into this SEC filing to say that To The Stars Academy is 4.2 fucked. No one's attacking him. If anything, maybe Tom and the rest of the cronies should have read this document before it got filed. Because I would think that they would have some kind of say in what's being filed on behalf of that organization to the SEC. And if that's not the case, then you have an even bigger problem, because you don't know who the hell is running the company at this point, and they took a lot of people's money on the dream that they're going to figure out ufology and come up with these new inventions and all this other blah, 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 yappity nonsense. So no, you can't sit there and say no one knows SEC filing. Yeah, I know numbers, trust me. I work in the financial sector. I know numbers. And I know those numbers are way off, extremely skewed. But I also know plain English. And that in English means that company's fucked. Unless something happens, some kind of a miracle where To The Stars Academy can pull it out their ass and sell it for a few $1 million, they're in trouble. Plain and simple. There's just no way around it. I got that off my chest. I feel good now. Hey, listen, this is no slight on Chad. I think people get caught up on the black and white of things, and they miss a couple of lines. You start reading in between the lines sometimes, and sometimes you run into those gray areas. But this was black and white. This was filed black and white. That what I just read to you was from To The Stars Academy. No one can fake the funk there. I mean, faking the funk in that statement would say that they pretty much think the company has a bright future and they will rule the world in 10 years. Not the way they're going. Sorry, I can't. I just don't see where anyone would think that To The Stars Academy is being thrown under the bus, or Tom, because hey, he should have read that before they got filed. So besides that, we got other stuff to talk about. So we took care of the Tong DeLong thing. We took care of the hacking situation. Now here's a story that I tried to stay away from last week because it was driving me bananas. It was. The article is linked in the description of this podcast episode for you guys. And it is why a new discovery in outer space means humans should keep an open mind about extraterrestrial life. The funny thing about this is that this article really doesn't support that title. Of course, this is talking about the rock that I called Oumuamua, which really it looks like it's pronounced Oumuamua. Oumuamua. Fuck it. I like Oumuamua better. And so it starts off by giving you 3 points about this rock or this so-called, thing that came from another civilization. They're saying this. Scientists in Hawaii have detected this object entering our solar system from outside, basically deep space. We know that. This has likely occurred before, but we've never had the capability of detecting it from Earth. Again, another thing that's possible. Some experts say the possibility that it could be deliberately sent by other life forms cannot be completely ruled out. Now, here's something you don't read everywhere because this article actually tells you why they think that this could be something from 4.2 far. And here's the thing. The shape has a lot to do with it. Not so much the material, but the shape. What they're saying is that basically the shape of this object, not the fact that it's elongated, not the fact that it looks like a flying rod, but the thickness. The thickness is what's saying that this might have been manufactured. In October 2017, the object was first identified by the folks in Hawaii who named it Oumuamua. I try. It's terrible. It's terrible. But recently a study published in the Astronomical Journal, which was co-authored by NASA's JPL, of course, because they're all in this. They uncovered new information that said that it's not actually as big as it looks. What happened was that this the material or whatever it's made of is highly reflective, so they kind of overestimated the size of the thing. So they're saying it's not. It may not be as elusive as it is. And apparently, Michael Wall, which is a writer from Space.com, he kind of went to CNBC, which is who the article is by the way, and said, "I personally think the odds are much better that it's something natural, but I don't want to dismiss the possibility that it could be from an alien civilization, but we have to have an open mind." And that's good. It's good to see people from places like Space.com or any kind of a science background having an open mind about this. The biggest unanswered question for scientists about this situation here, Oumuamua, is about the thickness. What the scientific community is saying is that they're not aware of anything naturally occurring with those dimensions because it appears to be extremely thin. And so therefore they're saying for it to be that thin and going through space the way it is, as fast as it's going, it had to have been created by another life form. But then you get the people at SETI, Seth Shostak, he chimes in, and he says, unless a miracle has occurred, these are entering our solar system all the damn time. This is just another one we found. So basically he's saying, it's just because we found it. We've had our eyes closed for a long time. We don't see these things coming in. And so now we're saying, hey, what's going on? What's the deal? Don't make a big deal about it. We just opened our eyes. We finally got the technology to see the shit coming in. And so it's nothing. Chill out. Relax. Well, the jury is still out on this. Nobody knows what it is. But it's funny that it was discovered October 2017. 13 months later, we're still talking about the damn thing. It came and went. And they're still trying to figure it out to no avail because we really don't give two fucks about it. I mean, we could have spent all this time talking about it on its way over here. But now we have the debate. Now is when we really want to talk about it. It's sad but true in the current state of affairs. And by the way, I want to say hello to the one and only Ronnie Dawson. Ronnie Dawson, thank you for checking in. If you guys don't know who Ronnie Dawson is, you are missing out. You are missing out. Ronnie is a contender for the 2018 Rubber Dickies Moderator Award for UFO Buster Truth Seekers. And that is a Facebook group that's linked in the discussion. So, give it a whirl, give it a try. Get to meet Ronnie and learn his story. It's a fascinating one. So the last story for today, because I'm done with old Tom DeLonge. I'm done with the freaking space rock. I've just had it with both of them. And this next story is by the people that bring it to you from NASA. And it's about the next rover. Well, it's not a rover, the next lander that's going to plop down on the planet Mars in 1 week. And it's called InSight. And no, it's not going to give us insight onto life on Mars. It's not going to tell us a damn thing about that. It's not going to tell us how many microbes are up there farting every day that they fart so much that they can pick it up in space. Not going to tell us about that either. InSight's going to land and it's going to put more holes in the planet. Yeah, it turns out that the reason why we're sending this expensive ass little box is because we're going to drill some more holes in it. So it's going to do two things. One, it's going to borrow a bunch of heat and use a bunch of super sensitive seismometers, and they're going to gather the data and see what the hell the inside of Mars looks like. Whoopee! Exactly what I wanted to know. And then they're going to use another instrument to figure out why there's a wobble to Mars' rotational axis. Aha! Just what I wanted to know. Jeez. And you know what, folks? This is only going to cost us $875 million. Yeah. And that all could be lost in the 6 minutes of terror, by the way, because 6 minutes of reentry, 6 whole minutes, and that $875 million could be gone in no time. Like I'm saying, that's all it's going to take. 6 minutes. And that almost $1 billion machine could be fucked. And there goes the whole mission. Then we'll have to drill holes to get it out of the ground of Mars when we actually get up there. Elon Musk is going to go up there and dig it up for NASA and send it back and charge him about $500,000 for recovering it. No, you can't write this stuff. Some of this stuff, we're spending all this money. Who gives a damn about... We already got Curiosity drilling holes into damn Mars. Who cares if it wobbles? Is that your excuse for not being able to land shit on it the right way? I don't know. Listen, if you get a chance, check out the Rubber Dickies. Go in there and vote for your Rubber Dicker of the Year. It's November 19. There are only 11 days to get this done and get a award out to the Rubber Dicker of the Year. Now, everything that I've talked about as far as the 2 news articles, the one on Oumuamua, or Oumuamua, that link is in the description, as well as the link to the InSight lander from NASA that's going to cost a shitload of money, and it better damn well land in those 6 minutes, or NASA's got some explaining to do, Lucy. Other than that, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Everything is in the description. Check it out. I'll come back tomorrow if it turns out you guys even want to listen to that. But for today, just get ready, because eventually we'll find out the truth about Tom DeLonge, this crazy ass rock in space. The InSight rover next week, we'll find out if it blows up in entry. But above all, at the end of the month, we'll find out who's this year's #1 rubber dicker. Until then, I gotta say ciao.